Okay, thank you. And our in-depth coverage of the debate is continuing now with our political analyst, Joe Fleming. Thanks for joining us, Joe.
My pleasure.
Yeah, good to see you, Joe. So you've had about 12 hours or so to digest and dissect last night's debate. What were some of the memorable moments from last night?
Well, the first thing we look at last night is simply that the candidates wanted to make sure they did no harm to themselves.
Right.
The voting starts today, early voting. So I think the three candidates last night made sure they were very careful in what they said. They stuck to their script. They didn't come up with any new things that I believe that would turn this election one way or the other at this point.
All right, and it's important to note there really hasn't been any real polling on this, so it's kind of like our first time to really get a close-up look, hear what they had to say. How do you think the candidates did trying to distinguish themselves from the other?
Well, I think what happened was a lot of the issues they were very similar on, but it was how they wanted to solve the problem, like education and crime, talking about pensions. No one had a strong answer for that if they can't do the bond. So there's still a lot of questions out there. A lot of people are talking about, well, we have to study this, we have to study that. And the moderators made a good point saying, well, we studied a lot of these things for many years. When are we going to take some action? So, I mean, there wasn't a ton of answers, but they agree on a lot of things, but it's just the way how they're going to do it where they disagree.
So a lot of times in politics, these races can take major turns and twists with just a couple of weeks to go in the race. So what do you think these candidates, each of them, need to do over the next couple of weeks, maybe to stand out a little bit?
Well, we don't really know who a front runner is because you said there's no polling. The perception is Brett Smiley because he has the most money and he's on TV. The question is, can the other candidates go after Brett Smiley if they believe he's the front runner? Last night we saw that in the question that Tim asked Brett about ethics. The other two candidates jumped all over Brett Smiley on that. So we're going to see over the next couple of weeks if they start jumping on things with Brett Smiley if they perceive he is the leader.
All right, and as far as a winner from the debate last night, your thoughts? I
thought they all held their own. They all got their points across in this debate. There was no one person who made a big gaffe that would push them way back, but there was no one who really stood out beyond the others.
Joe, you're calling a three-way tie.
Well, we don't know at this point.
Yeah.
All right, too close to call. Joe, thanks. We'll see you next week when the Democrats running for the 2nd congressional seat will be having their debate. So we're on a weekly routine now.
Yes,
with
we
Joe,
are.
Bright and early.
Lots to cover in the next,
News this morning.
next
Thanks,
few weeks. We appreciate it. Thanks, Joe. Our in-depth coverage of the debate is continuing now with our political analyst, Joe Fleming. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
All right, Joe, you've had about 12 hours or so to dissect and digest what happened last night. Anything stick out in particular?
Well, there was no big surprise last night at all in this debate. What I did notice, though, was each candidate made sure they did no damage to themselves. They wanted to make sure they didn't have a blunder that would cost them votes over the next 3 weeks. Because remember, voting starts today. So if you had a blunder last night, it could have a big impact over the next couple of weeks. But they all held their own in that area.
Now, there's so many big issues to address right now in the capital city, whether it's the public schools, the pensions, I mean, you name it, there's just so much to tackle. So with that in mind, how do you think the candidates did distinguishing themselves as far as the issues are concerned and what their expertise might be in?
Yeah, a lot of the issues they were very similar on the big question. When you get down to the nitty-gritty, that's where they changed some. I mean, they all agree the state takeover of the schools hasn't been working, but how are you going to fix that problem? That's where they disagreed. And that happens with crime, with pensions, with rent control, with the Providence Place Mall last night. All these issues, they agree on the big picture, but the small areas where they disagree.
Joe, you and I talk about golf a lot, right? And a lot can happen on the back nine. 3 weeks to go here, so make a golf analogy as far as this race is concerned. What can these candidates do, each of them, to maybe separate themselves from the other ones besides making a lot of birdies?
Well, the first thing is we don't know who has the lead because there's been no public polling. The perception is Brett Smiley because there's a lot more money and he's been on TV that he's better known. The other candidates have to give a reason not to vote for Brett Smiley. We saw a little of that last night when Tim White asked about the ethics complaints filed against Brett Smiley and the fine he had to pay. The other two candidates jumped on that big time, and he was on the defensive. I think you're going to see more of that over the next 3 weeks. There's going to be more debates and more forums with these candidates. So I think they're going to try to distinguish themselves that way from Brett.
All right, so as far as a perception of a front runner, you would say Smiley, but as far as a winner of the debate last night?
I think they all held their own. They all accomplished what they wanted to do last night. They've been doing this for months, these debates, so they're well polished on what to do. There was no gaffes by any of the candidates, so I would have to say there was no one who stood out more than the others last night.
All right, Joe, well, we got you up nice and early this morning, so now you can go golf.
Nope.
Not today. All right. Appreciate it, Joe. We'll see you next week when we have the big debate between the 2nd congressional seats for the Democrats, and then we'll have you back in to break that one down for us as well.
All right, we'll see you then, Joe. Thank you.